Hello and welcome to this presentation of how SpeechTrans delivered a 5-star mobile app. My name is Eric Odell, Product Marketing Manager with HP Application Performance Management. And over the next hour, we'll be hearing from Jan Auerbach, COO of SpeechTrans, as a software-as-a-service speech translation provider, and Alon Inditsky, Product Manager for HP AppPulse Mobile. Together, we'll get a first-hand look at technology SpeechTrans employed to deliver its own 5-star rated mobile application. So many businesses are rushing toward the new mobile economy. We see the evidence of this in the mobile app stores. There are over 1 million Android apps uploaded to Google Play and another million iOS apps currently available on the App Store. It's predicted for 2016 that mobile app revenues will exceed $46 billion and mobile app development projects will outnumber traditional software development projects by 4 to 1. But is it enough for an organization to simply say that they have delivered a mobile application to this mobile marketplace? There are critical issues at play today with mobile users, and if an enterprise is not careful to deliver a well-executed mobile strategy, they're at risk of losing brand loyalty and ultimately the revenue stream. So let's get started with a question for the both of you. We all see the 5-star app rating in the Google App Store and in iTunes, but what is the significance of this rating for a digital business, especially if they're the unlucky ones who struggle to achieve it?
So basically, Eric, today it's all about the rating that you have in the App Store. When you go to Google Play or when you go to Apple App Store, think about the end user. The end user searches for a new app, right? And usually, those at the top are going to be the 5-star app. So if you want to beat your competition, it's all about having your app ranked at the top. And in order to achieve that, you need to look at pricing, you need to look at the content of your app, make sure it's usable and competitive and differentiated. But at the same time, you need to look at the user experience. And usually, application owners are in the dark. And you want to get the visibility so you can basically manage your user experience and ensure that you deliver great user experience for your customers. That's the only way to achieve a 5-star app.
So at SpeechTrans, our focus is creating a speech-to-speech translation platform that combines the best-in-breed technologies to give our customers the ability to connect, collaborate, learn, travel, and understand each other no matter what country they're from or what device they're using. People are at the heart of what we do. Technology is secondary, so by putting the user experience at the forefront of everything that we develop and design in our roadmap, we're able to bring our 5-star app to fruition, where previously, before putting the user experience at the forefront, we were a 3-star app, and we had to go through a pivot this past April, which enabled us to refocus on the core user experience as well as the user behaviors, and then focus on what's working, replicate it, find out what's not, and fix it.
So you mentioned that SpeechTrans was experiencing a 3-star app rating. How is this impacting your business?
So previously, we used to collect data analytics through a manual process. It was basically our end users would send us a bug report, or on iTunes or Google Play, we'd log in and pull the bug reports. But it was a very manual process where there wasn't enough information to know how to replicate the issue. And for that reason, it took a lot longer for us to be able to put out bug fixes and to be able to put out new improvements to the application. And we were basically driving in the dark.
Okay. So now this discussion reminds me of a series of reports that Forrester released in the last year around their concept of mobile moments. They've defined mobile moments as a mind shift in which the mobile customer expects that she can get what she wants when she wants it. And so what do you think this implies for organizations that want to be defined as a digital business?
So the mobile moment is the experience that the customer has with the company. And ideally, there's about 7 interactions before a customer purchases a product from a company before they're comfortable enough with that company. So if your application crashes, if it doesn't respond fast enough, if there's network issues on the back end, the experience will never reach that 7 touch points, and they'll never become a prospect, nothing more than a prospect.
Mm-hmm. What's your take on that, Alon?
It's all about this first interaction. You downloaded a new app, right? How much time does it take to launch the app? Is it usable to get on board? Mm-hmm. How much time does it take to sign up for the app, right? What about the user experience? How fast you can sign up, log in, and get the value? What is the time to initial value? How much time does it take? It's all about this. If you want to have the 5-star app and you want to succeed in the mobile moment, it's all about making sure that all these different aspects are being delivered in great user experience, and it's all about that.
It's actually a great point, Alon. When we were rebuilding the SpeechTrans applications and we were using AppPulse Mobile to collect all the data automagically, as we like to call it, it allowed us to instantly see the screens that were being holding up the customers from progressing to the next level of the application. For us, it was the logon and registration screen, which by far had the most number of hits on that page and closes from that screen. So the first thing we did is we focused all of our efforts to redo that screen to have single sign-on with Facebook and Google+, and we instantly eliminated the #1 thing that was bothering our customers within the next update. So instead of taking a few months to figure all that out, we did it within the first day of the application going live.
So Alon, what do you think are some of the elements that form the foundation of a well-executed mobile strategy?
So well-executed mobile strategy you should first look at the pricing. You should make sure that your application is priced competitively. This is one. The second thing you should look at is the content. Do you have compelling content, valuable content, content that is changing people's lives? Okay? This is the second thing. The third thing is the user experience. And usually, when I talk to application owners, they are in the dark. How do I manage user experience? How much time does it take to launch my app? How much does it take to tap the button until the screen is fully refreshed on my mobile device? It's all about that. Ensuring great user experience, it's the most important thing for digital business to succeed in today's world.
By recreating the user experience from the ground up, it gave us an opportunity to start with a blank slate. So as a result of forgetting everything that we knew previously and focusing on the analytics just as much as the application itself, we were able to come up with a 5-star app that not only is embedded on all Intel devices, but now we've also partnered with HP, and we're going to be on all HP devices that have our API preloaded. So the way that we're able to do that is by putting the user experience at the forefront, working with the best companies in the industry to provide value to our customer at the lowest price. So the best product at the lowest price, which continues to improve and build a long-term relationship with our customers to show that we're meeting their expectations.
Okay. So the mobile ecosystem has never been so complex. Can you touch on all the various points of failure that affect the performance of a mobile application?
So Eric, the mobile ecosystem today is indeed really complex. You know, it consists of lots of different moving parts. Think about the carrier. Think about Wi-Fi versus 3G or 4G LTE. Think about the OS, whether it's an Android or iOS. Think about the different devices. You know, the Android market, it's literally a jungle. It's a huge matrix to manage. Lots of different OSs, lots of different devices. Jelly Bean, KitKat, the new lollipop that was just announced. So when you look at all these complex metrics, and then you add to the mix also the user experience, the slow launch time, the slow user action, crashes in the code. Is the code stable? So altogether, it's a big mix to manage. But only if you control all of these different moving parts and you manage them holistically, you can achieve basically a 5-star app. And this is basically the biggest challenge in today's market.
Yeah, the way that we look at it is there's a formula for every successful app company in what they do, and you could replicate that formula. It includes the ability to assess, plan, implement, report, measure, and improve. And the way that companies are failing at doing that is because they're not putting each one of those steps in the formula at the same level of priority that they should be having. So companies that are working all on implementing, not enough planning or not enough assessing of their user base are going to fail when it comes to measuring and improving the performance.
So, you know, just about every business wants a 5-star app, you know, but it's not as easy to achieve as one would think. If you consider the fickleness and the impatience of today's mobile customer, what do you think is the pathway toward achieving a 5-star app?
As I mentioned earlier, it's all about the price, the content, and the user experience. User experience is the most difficult one to manage. So how do you do that? You need to measure what matters, focus on what matters, and improve what matters. Measure every single user action. Every user tapping on a button on the app until the screen is fully refreshed. How much time does it take? Focus on those user actions that are problematic, slow, and affecting the vast majority of your users. And then provide your developers with the actionable data needed in order to improve the app and achieve a 5-star app on the App Store. That's the cycle that you need to implement in order to achieve a 5-star app. Measure, focus, and improve. It's all about that, and that's the only journey to achieve a 5-star app.
The thing to remember about App Store ratings is that historically they've been flawed in the way that they were designed. So on iTunes, the only time when a customer would be asked to leave a review is when they went to uninstall the application. So if I'm uninstalling the app, most likely it was because of something negative that happened. So by being able to capture the analytics, being able to maybe only ask your customer to leave a review after they've engaged with the application a certain number of times, and the only way to do that is to be able to have insight into each action that they took, so you can measure it, you can improve what's not working, and then you could continue to evolve the product only with your most satisfied customers being your best salespeople at the same time through the app reviews.